Welcome to the second part of Advanced MapReduce Distributed Cache. So for accessing this video, you have to go to the website and click on Hadoop Developer Free Videos, and under Advanced MapReduce section you will find this video. You just click on this and you'll be able to see the video again. Right, in the previous part we have covered the Distributed Cache part 1. So I'm gonna take you back to the virtual machine again. Right, so I have written the map method, the mapper class itself, and now is the time for us to write the run method. Right, so what I'll do is, so we need to define the configuration of the job in the run method, and then we'll be calling that run method through in our main class through the tool runner. Okay, so I'll write here, I need to have a object of configuration class conf get conf. Right, so this is the object which will hold all the configurations that are required to run a job in MapReduce. Okay, so this is a very must object that you need to create and you need to have. Right, then you need to create another object job of job class, right, is equal to new job, okay, wherein you pass the object of configuration class and give a name to your job. So I'm gonna give a name here as word matcher. Alright, okay, so now you have to write here, you need to set different parameters, the different configurations and settings for your job here. So you need to set the input format class, you need to set the output format class, you need to define which is your mapper class, you need to also define the number of reduced tasks here, and also we need to define the output key class, output value class. We also need to define the input paths and output paths. So let's do that here. You'll be able to get it more clearly. So right here, set input format class, alright, and give the class name here. So this should be text input format class dot class. Okay, we also need to set the output format class. Okay, and the name of the class here again is text output format dot class. We need to set the mapper class. So my mapper class here is, I just copy the name of the mapper class, I skipped it from mine, yeah, it's line mapper and dot class. Alright, job dot set number of reduced tasks, I'm gonna put it as 0. Okay, and moreover you need to set the output key class. So job dot set output key class. So I've told all this stuff in the videos, so you'll have to refer that videos. Okay, text dot, sorry, the output key class is long writable. Hold on, dot class, and output value class is, it is of type text. Right, and you need to set the jar name here. So set jar by class. So name of the class here is matching words job. Copy and paste. Okay, and you set here file input format, and it should be add the input path. So the input path, you need to pass two parameters. One is the configuration, job configuration, so it's conf here, and then the path. So you write here new, make an object of new path args at 0th index. Okay, so this is my input path. Okay, why is it should be job, right? Not that. Okay, wait a minute. Object of job class. Wait, I'll add it again. New path. So maybe I have added some. Oh, hold on. This should not be the one. I should be adding. It should be other one. Wait. So this is the one. MapReduce.lib.input. I by mistake added the MapReduce one. Okay. Yeah. So file output format. Okay, and here you specify dot set output path job comma path here. So new path args 1. So I'll tell you what is the meaning of this stuff here. So when you have to run a job, you write here, this is the command hadoop jar, the name of the jar file. Okay, and then you specify here the input path, on which directory or on which file you want your job to run upon, and then you have to specify the output path where the output of that job should get stored, right? So this is so the very first one, this one is referring to input path here, and the other one is the output path, so which is here. So if you see, this is the 0th index and this becomes the first index of the path. Alright, now we need to return or wait for job completion. Okay, it's already there. I'll just delete this. Return job dot wait for completion true, and it can have two values, that is 1 colon 0. So it will wait. So if it is completed successfully, then it will return 1, else 0. Alright, so now our configuration for our job is completed, and we have written that in the run method. Now we need to call this run method in our main function, or in the main method, sorry. So here is my main method. Okay, so it's already defined here, or maybe I've written it earlier. Okay, so you have to write toRunner dot run and the name of object of this class and the args. Alright, so our program is complete now. Okay, for now you cannot run the program in this way, so you have to complete, or you have to get a jar out of it. So for that, you just go to your class, right click there, go to export, and under Java section here you'll find a something called as jar file. So click on next, browse it. Under the jar, I am creating a jar file under Cloudera desktop distributed cache. So this is the name of my jar file. Click on OK, click next. You need to specify the main class here. So here only one class is present. There can be a chance where you have multiple classes and you need to specify the main class. So here the main class is matching words job. I'll click on OK, click on finish, click on OK. So if you see, if you go back to the distributed cache, you will be able to find the jar file. Now the jar file is already there. We have news keywords.txt already present on a temp location under cache_files. I hope we have specified that. Okay, we missed that stuff here. So once yeah, I need to specify, sorry, I forgot. So distributed, you need to add this distributed cache dot add cache files. You need to specify here that from where I should pick up the files. So cache file, and so here you need to give the path of the file that is present. so that is present on HDFS. So here in our case my cache file is present under this directory temp and then cache underscore files, and this is the key file that I'm referring, news underscore keywords.txt. so I'll just copy this, okay, and paste it here and give news underscore keywords dot txt, right? So this is the file, okay, and I need to convert this path into URI. Yeah, so this was a miss here, I have just forgot to write this, I got to know. Okay, now I'll just save this, okay, and I'll export the jar file again. Next, yeah, it's getting generated on the same file location. Finish. Yeah, I want to replace that. Yes. Okay, now our jar file is created successfully with the newer changes. Okay, now what you need to do is, this is already present, the dataset is also present on my HDFS. I'll just show you here. So this is the dataset on which we are gonna run our job upon, and this dataset is present under temp location itself. So under temp directory, okay, I have distributed cache, this is science.txt. okay, so this is the file on which we'll be running the job upon. So for running the job here, you open up a terminal here. So to open up a terminal, you write here Hadoop jar, okay, and name of the job file, give the exact location, desktop, and desktop you have distributed cache, and a distributed cache you have distributed example.jar, and give the path of your dataset. So the dataset is presented temp distributed cache. If you see here, distributed, C is capital, temp cache, and then you specify the name of the file. Alright, and here you need to specify under which directory you want the data to be output to be generated. So you write here temp slash distributed output. So make sure that the output directory that you're specifying here should not be present onto HDFS, as it will throw an error that directory already exists. Okay, so this is the directory that it will create on the runtime when you specify this. So before executing the job, it creates the directory first and then executes the job. So this directory should not be present on HDFS, it will create on the runtime. So you can specify here whatever name you want, so it will create the directory with the same name. Alright, so I'm specifying that the name of my directory should be distributed output, and this is it should be made under temp directory. Okay, and I press enter. Now it should execute the job successfully. Let's see whether it executes or not. So there is a URL also you can track the job here. The URL to track the job here is this one. So I'll just show you the stats as well. Okay, so it's gonna run the job. Hold on. Yeah, you see this job is completed successfully. Let us go and check whether we have got the output or not. Okay, so this is my distributed output, right? This is the file that we have asked for. Okay, just download this, open. Okay, you see this, you have got the matching words and the byte offset location of those. Alright, so university has existed many times in Hubble, Africa, nanoparticles and all that, right? So this was a usage of distributed cache. So here we have used a very simple text file. You can also have your complex jar files and archives that you can place in a distributed cache. There can be cases that your application wants them to use, so you can put them in the distributed cache itself. Okay, let me just show you the logs as well. So you just copy this URL and go to browser, copy this and go to browser here and paste it here. You can see the status of the job as well as the logs. Yes, you see this word underscore matcher, it is a job name that we gave. Succeeded. Okay, the number of map tasks, reduced tasks was 0 because we have specified that we don't want any reduced tasks. So here maps is equal to 1, right? So you can refer that, click on logs, you'll get the logs here. Alright, so this is the job history. You can always go and check for your job history as well. Alright, so this was about distributed cache, and we were able to get the result successfully by getting the byte offset value along with the keyword here, that on this location this keyword was present, and on this location also this keyword was present, and it will tell you the occurrences of the keywords in a data set, right? Okay, so let me just go back to the website. So in third here, the advanced MapReduce third, you will find out the MapReduce reduce joins part 1, that I'll for getting that I'll be putting up the link here. Okay, you can refer that link to access reduce joins part 1. Alright, so I'm closing or finishing this MapReduce cache distributed cache part 2 here, right? So in the next part you will see the reduce joins part 1 under the advanced MapReduce section. Alright, thanks.